Hey, this is Doc RC for RCTV, and transmitters are always on first, off last. That's the rules.
Wes Turnbull reporting again from Abbotsford, British Columbia. We got a special treat for you guys into rock crawling and scratch building. We got Taryn here from Big Country Customs who's going to tell us all about Dustin Friesen's comp rig. So Taryn, what can you tell us about this big honking machine?
Well, this rig here, it's a design and built BCC chassis. We built it starting off from a piece of tube, bent it all up, designed it kind of to fit Dustin's driving style and to fit his body style to make it comfortable for him. It's a go-fast rig. It's got all the tricks to be able to make it cone dodge and go fast. Right now it's got 40-inch stickies on it. For Pro Mod legal, he would have to have 37s. It's an LS1 motor, turbo 400 tranny, built up more for the rock crawling.
And what kind of suspension do you run on this?
We've got Evolution Heim joints in it, so it's a 4-link front and rear, full hydro steering, a 2.5-inch remote res coilovers, 6 16s in the front, 6 17s in the back. For more of the go-fast stuff, we've got a designed and built sway bar system that will bolt on with a spare tire carrier in the back.
And then the tires on this look pretty familiar to me from the RC-related stuff, the Maxxis Trepidors, which I can actually get. These were a sponsored tire as well, or?
Dustin got hooked up with those last year in King of the Hammers. These are a sticky compound made for rock crawling use. You don't want to be driving on the street with them. They'll wear out way too quick, but it's one of the best tires out there for competition use.
Does it have a rear steer on it?
This one for Pro Mod with the tight steering radius that this thing has, that with cutting brakes, front dig, you don't really need rear steer. This thing will be able to go anywhere you point it. We put a lot of thought into building this chassis and designing all the features of it. We went with an 1.5 inch, 120 wall DOM. It's all 1/8 aluminum panels.
And I notice you have winches on board.
Yeah, we run synthetic line front and back. It's a Warren RC 9000 front winch. The rear winch is an RC 3000, which is just used as a suck down winch. As you're traversing down really steep declines, sometimes you'll want to suck in your rear suspension so it doesn't unload on you as you're going down. It just helps with being stable. We're about 107.5-inch wheelbase, 5'10" total height of it, with about a 19-inch belly pan with 40s. So we're running really, really good numbers to be stable in the very off-camber rocks. And we got a really low center of gravity, so this thing will cling to anything.
And I guess a lot of your customers also have a passion for the radio-controlled version of this stuff.
Everybody's into the remote controls also. It's everyone's passion. They design and try out, different suspensions. When they're learning the link geometry, it's not just stick some links in and hope for the best. There is a lot of thinking and design work that goes in it to make it work, and it's the same thing from the little ones up to the big ones. Trying out with the little ones, trying different things with the suspension. It's cheaper for the little ones than the big ones. You'll learn a lot from those if you want to get into these.
We'd like to thank Taryn from Big Country Customs for having us out today to have a look at Dustin's rig. And if you're ready to make that move from the little guys up into the big ones, Taryn here's the guy to talk to. He's a big guy on the West Coast, and he scratch builds these things for a living. Thank you very much for watching today.
That's it for this week's episode of RCTV. Next week's episode, folks, we're going to be going to Canada's largest RC air show, the Flying Dutchman show from Guelph, Ontario. And we're going to be getting an RTR ready to run, and a full-scale crawler is going to take our camera crew on a wild ride. See you next week, folks.
RCTV, your radio-controlled authority, has been brought to you in part by Eliminator RC, your one-stop hobby shop. RC Pit Stop, bringing the best of RC to BC. And John's Hobbies, Toronto's local hobby store.